Hello, everybody. Thanks for joining. Getting ready to go on a flight out of Cedar Mountain, which is a third-party add-on for Microsoft Flight Simulator. It's a airstrip. Um, this particular one is developed by Parallel 42, and I'm very much so looking forward to checking it out and the surrounding area. It's supposed to be some pretty magnificent views. We're also going to be flying in the Kitfox2, which is also developed by Parallel 42. So this should be kind of one of those outdoors kind of bush plane trips, so to speak. And this runway is gravel. It is not asphalt. So anyways, let's jump right into the cockpit and get this thing going here. You can see that there's a camp here, and several camps around here, and some other planes parked. And we're going to close the door here, and my dog Isabel, she's going to be joining for this flight. Shut the doors here. Okay, we need to get this thing started. So in order to do that, we need to first give it fuel. And so that means we need to set the fuel selector switch to the on position. Then we should check to make sure that the parking brake is on, which it is. Then we want to come over here, and there's this master switch. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to switch that to the on position. Okay. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to turn lane A and lane B on. And then we're going to start the engine first. Actually, what we're going to do is we're going to hit the fuel pump and just let that run for a few seconds. Okay, so we're going to switch this over to start power, and then we're going to come back over here and we're going to hit the start button. Okay, so it started. I'm going to switch this back over, and then we can go ahead and turn the avionics switch on. Let that boot up for a minute. Okay, so we're going to look on our primary flight display here. We can see that it's currently split into two panels. Right now we're looking at the map, and you can see we are at 42 cm. And so if we go to our menu and go to active flight plan, we can see our origin is set to 42 cm, which is Cedar Mountain. And I think what we're going to do is we're going to also set our destination to Cedar Mountain, which is 42 cm. So 42 cm, enter. I guess we could put in some other waypoint if we wanted to. There isn't really a whole lot. We could fly over towards this airport here, U34. Okay. looks good. So what we're going to do now is we'll go back. Actually, what we'll do to our map, and our map should actually be displayed over here as well. So what we're going to do is we're going to get rid of this, and we're going to go into full screen mode here. Going to verify our CDI source, which is GPS. Currently has us going at a course of 117, which I believe we can verify if we go to menu, map, menu, active flight plan, and 118 is close enough. And we'll be flying that course for about 22 nautical miles. Notice that our altitude is, so I already calibrated our pressure, so this is our starting altitude at 7,500 feet. So that's how high up we are starting. We are literally at the top on the top of a mountain. Okay, I think we're in good shape, except let's set our target altitude. We'll set that to, let's do 8,500 feet. And our vertical speed we should probably set as well to about 500 feet per minute. We'll turn our flight director on. And we should have turned our nav lights on. We'll turn our strobe light on. We're not going to worry about our landing light. We can turn the dash light on. Okay, everything else looks good. Let's just check our controls. Elevators look good. Rudder looks good. Ailerons, good. Good. Alright, let's put our flaps down. Those look good. Controls are free there. Alright, so let's go ahead and we're going to taxi. So parking brake off. And let's see if we can see up over the dash. We're going to be careful of a couple obstacles here. And we're kind of taxiing downhill, so we're going to try to maintain our speed. Make sure we don't go too fast. The brakes are obviously working. And we're going to taxi on the other side of the runway here, or other end. Being mindful of these rocks. Alright, so there's the windsock. So actually, you know what? I think we're good to actually take off on this end. Be much better. Up on the runway. And full power. Gently lift up on the stick. the views are absolutely spectacular. Alright, let's go ahead and we're going to start heading back towards the other direction so we can intercept our course. So let's see, where do we want to go? I think what we're going to do is we're going to bank right. Should be coming up to the airstrip. We can take a gander at that as we go by it. Let's make sure we're heading towards it. Yep. Altitude a bit. Take a closer look. Autopilot to nav mode. So the airstrip is right below us. See this drop off on the other side of the runway. Rather dramatic, I'd say. I would hope that you're in the air by the time you get to the other end of this. I don't think you'd have a choice, to be honest with you. Alright, we've hit or exceeded our target altitude. We need to let's see here, altitude. There we go. So now we're heading we are heading at a heading of 120. So we're heading eastward towards, you can kind of see the airport ahead of us. I believe that's kind of where we're heading. A lot of desert. Just gonna increase our throttle a little bit. Let's see what's going on with our altitude. There we go. Set it to 80. We'll do 9,000. Shoot for 9,000, and we'll climb until we hit that. Should give us a good... No, actually, let's just stick to where we are here. We're at 7,000 feet. Increase throttle. Turn the autopilot off, retrim the aircraft, manually fly for a second. think we're gonna go take a gander of the canyon over there. Let's go take a gander. See the river coming through here. Looks like there's a camp over here and an airstrip. Let's see if try to land there. So, full disclosure, I am absolutely horrible at landing these types of aircrafts. I don't fly these very often. So there's the airstrip. So we're gonna kind of come down pretty quickly here. All flaps down. See how well this goes. gonna do a go around. We just kind of hit some brush there. Pretend that didn't happen. Honestly, let's see if I can approach it from the other side here. Steep, but we'll see. Oh, that's butter. That is pretty phenomenal. Let's see if we can turn this around and get a look at the camp. Folks having a fire. That's pretty much it. Okay, let's go get lined up over here and we'll take off. Oh, there's another couple planes over here. Oh, there's another camp. Like we could probably taxi over there. Let's pull up the drone camera. Looks like they even got fishing. Okay, very interesting. Looks like we had no damage from the brush strike. And they do call these bush planes for a reason. Alright, so let's go ahead and get lined up again on the runway. We'll go ahead and take off. Try not to hit any rocks or logs. Okay. view. God's creation, folks. Utah is a beautiful state. I lived in Utah for a number of years. I currently live on the East Coast, but I would certainly go back in a heartbeat. I mean, look at these views. Look at the rock formations with the sunset in the background. We're going to try to head back towards Cedar Mountain. Not going to bother with autopilot. I'm going to manually fly this back. There's lots more we can probably see on the way. Currently, it looks like we're climbing, approaching 6,400 feet, about 1,000 feet per minute. Vertical climb speed. Let's go ahead and we're going to cut back over here. Turbulent. We need to climb to at least 7,500 feet. That is the airstrip level and altitude. That sun setting in the background is just phenomenal. Configure change our active flight plan so that we're going direct. Okay, we're approaching the airstrip. We're not that far out. I think we're about 3 miles out. And you can see, you should be able to see it here. Yeah, right there, right directly ahead of us. So to prepare for landing, we can turn our landing lights on. Going to slow down and our flaps down. Well, they already are, technically. Okay, so now what we're going to do is autopilot off. And we're going to get lined up on the runway. What's interesting is I see something over there, looks like a racetrack. Let's go take a look. And we'll come back. Definitely looks like there is a racetrack over there. Some altitude here so we can take a better look. Let's put our flaps up. It's definitely not me. I see headlights and looks like dust. Alright, let's reduce our speed a little bit more. Yeah, look at that. That's pretty cool. See people camping down there too. Alright. Let's gain some altitude. Now we got to get lined up on the runway again. If you recall, we have to get above 7,500 feet. I'm sure there's quite a few other little neat surprises that they have hidden around here. Not often you have to climb in order to land, right? But we do. Alright, let's see if we can see the airstrip. It should be able to see it here momentarily. probably already passed it, to be honest with you. Let's click over here. Let's put our flaps down. Let's see, where is it? Oh, it's right there. So let's turn around here. Again, pretty amazing views. Up here on the runway. Which is right over here. Okay, so reduce throttle. And let's hope that we don't end up on the side of this mountain. Landing lights are on. Strobes are on. Nav lights are on. So people should be able to see us coming. Okay, we're gonna start losing altitude. Should be able to see the airstrip right in front of us. Again, we're being mindful not to crash into the side of this mountain. Rougher than I'd like, but not too bad. We ended up landing in one piece. Alright, so let's see if we can get back to our camp. Now, we gotta be mindful, there's these rocks and other obstacles around the perimeter of the runway, as you can see. So we're gonna try to not hit those. I do have the landing lights on so we can kind of see anything that comes up. If you remember, our camp is just at the other end here. I can see some people camping out watching. So there should be a turnoff right here. And it's kind of going uphill, so we got to give it a little bit more throttle. Continuing to be mindful not to hit anything. Small bush right there, but we're good. Okay, so we were over here, I believe. Parking brake on, and what we'll do now is to shut the motor off. I think there's a couple ways you could do it. You could probably turn both the lane A and B off, which I think is like your magnetos, or you can just cut the fuel, which is what we're gonna do, just like that. And the fuel gets cut, and so we can turn our landing lights off, strobe lights off, nav lights off. Lane A and B can be turned off. Avionics can be turned off as well as the master. And there we go. We can open up the window or the doors. And that concludes our flight. Folks, I appreciate you tagging along. We might do another video of this particular location just because I think there's a lot more stuff that we could probably discover and check out. But for the time being, I think this was long enough. Again, thanks, and we'll catch you next time. Take care.